What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, and guess what I'm doing today? Today is a t-shirt recovery ride to include changing of my tires. So I'm going to be putting on the Continental 4000 S2s, and I got a special guest that's going to help me do the process. Your boy C-Dub, aka Whit. Peace. So as you guys see, I have the wheel set with the old tires on it. The rear tire has a Penetration Gravel King on it, and the front tire has a probably about a 7-month-old gator skin on it. So I'm about to change these bad boys out. Stand by for more with a special guest from your boy C-Dub. So beautiful people, the special guest is my best friend, Oscar Sotomayor. So again, he's going back to VA here very, very soon. So again, we got to change these tires. We got to get on this t-shirt recovery ride. But again, I want to teach him and show him this so that when he goes back and he has these issues, he can make the correct changes. So let's get into it. All right, beautiful people. So we're here. Me and Oscar, we're here, and we got everything that we need to pretty much change these tires out really quick. So one thing we, of course, you need a tire pump. So we got the tire pump, and also I have a tire lever. And so again, I'm going to be demonstrating to Oscar how to change out these old tires and put on new tires. So these things are ran down, busted, and disgusted, and it's time to put on some new. I mean, my patio smells like tires right now because of the new Continental 4000 S2. So let's get in it with your boy C-Dub and Big O, aka Little Whit. So the first thing I have to do is I have to take the air, of course, out the tire. So, all right, so we got all the air out of the tire. Get all the air is out. Then we have to release this little valve that pretty much holds the stem in the tire or the rim. Take that all the way out, and we're reusing these tires or these the inner tubes. So we're going to keep everything that we dismantled today. All right. So typically, what I do is I operate opposite of the valve, just because it's a more room to operate and it's a little bit easier. Use the tire lever. Stick it in. Are you watching, Oscar?
I'm watching.
All right. So we stick it in there. Once you got it in, some people will do one. Hook this side to the spoke, but I have PBO spokes by Spinergy. Don't really want to mess those up. So some people put one lever in, and then they use the second lever, and then go around the tire. I just stick one lever in, and we go to town. Pull it all the way down to the valve. Turn it over. Pull everything back, and pull it out. All right. Well, you got to get the tire off. So again, now you can kind of manhandle it and just pull it off. There she is. So that's the old tire. Get rid of that, discard that. And now what I'm going to have is I'm going to have Oscar attempt to do it on the front. And the reason why I'm giving him the front, so he doesn't have to worry about dealing with the cassette being in his lap, getting them all nasty and stuff. So he's going to attempt the front. Let's sit back and enjoy this.
Oops, took it all out.
He ripped it all the way out, so I may have to change that inner tube now. That's fine. Keep going. All the air is trial and error. You have these hiccups and these things happen, and you figure out a way how to make the correction so that if it does happen to you while you're out on the road, you know what to do. So I ain't mad. I got plenty of inner tubes. As you guys remember in the video up there, I changed out I fixed 5 inner tubes. So easy day. So pretty much, hold on real quick. So what I show him, and I'll show you guys in a different area. Just pull the tire. Let go real quick. Just pull the tire back. So you see how I pulled the tire back? It reveals the bead, and you can get the lever under there nice and pretty. So once you do that, then you're able to get the tire how he has it right now, with the tire leaning over the rim, and then he's able to start working it out. Now stop right there. So what some people then at this point do is they would hold that one tire lever there, then they'll stick the second one in there, and then they can work it, and work it out.
That one's tight.
And of course, this one's going to probably be a lot tighter because this all has been in here for a long time, as I told you guys earlier, about probably 7 months. So let's see what we can get done.
He gives me the hard tire.
I didn't know. I wasn't
expecting
it to be hard.
The one that's stuck all the way on the rim.
I figured it would have been easier. All right, so we got that out of there, and now I'm giving it back to him. So the rim, the tire is all the way out, or at least halfway out of the rim. Now he's going to take the inner tube out, and then we're going to go to remove the tire.
If I can get it out of here, because everything's stuck on this tire. It's only like 50 years old. I don't think he's changed this tire since he got it in Maryland about 7 years ago.
It's been since probably September, maybe even before after that. So here we go. So this tire also has Mr. Tuffy's liner in it that he's taken out. So that black and orange stuff that you see, that's actually Mr. Tuffy's liner that I've had also in there. And what Mr. Tuffy's liner is just an additional layer of protection from punctures. I removed the Mr. Tuffy's liner on my rear tire because I think it was aiding the issues that I was having. Hold on a second. That's why we still got problems, because you tighten that back down. Let that air out of there. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So he still has some air in that tire, which was also helping us struggle. So now he's got the tire, the inner tube out, and as you guys can see, there is the inner tube with the Mr. Tuffy's liner pretty much attached to it. As you see, he's 99 years old, and he got that tire off once it was levered the first time. So he just ripped that thing off like a beast, and now he's waiting on me. So let's get back to it. All right, so this is the old, again, the front tire, I had a gator skin on there, and then the rear tire, I had a Pan-A-Racer Gravel King. The Pan-A-Racer Gravel King, they're very durable to punctures, but they don't have endurance. They're durable to punctures, but they don't have endurance. And that, me saying it seems like it doesn't make sense, but that's what my experience is. Riding over stuff, they hold up to punctures really good, but the lifespan of the tire is not good at all. Like the tread flattens out extremely, extremely fast, and the tread on my gravel or my gator skin is still actually good, because what Continental does is Continental gives you these little beads, and I'll show you. They give you little beads that you can look at to identify if the tire needs to be replaced or not. So here's the bead right here. That's the little bead right there by my thumb. That's the bead, and I'll show that to Oscar. So you see the beads? Yep. There's 2 beads right there. So those beads are indicators to let you know if the tire is worn and needs to be replaced prior to it being, sliced up or cut up, or even it dry rotting. So those beads are really good indicators to help us as roadies / cyclists to know when it's time to change the tire. And my gator skin, I believe the indicator still on here is decent. Yep, right here. So it's getting low, but this is the gator skin right there. And you can see the little indicator is still good and it's still deep. Yep. And these tires have been on here. This tire has been on this bike since September. Gator skins are good, but for some reason I had a major issue with my back gator skin. And maybe it was the Tuffy liner that I put in it. Maybe because I was fat. I don't know, but I changed it. And now we're about to go to the 4000 S2. So I'm going to show you guys this directional error. So it says right here, it says rotation. And of course, that's the direction in which the tire installed on the bike needs to be rotating. So we got to focus on that, and then we'll push forward from there. So of course, knowing that the drivetrain is on the right side of the bike, that means that the levers, so even for Oscar, so he knows when he sets up this tire into the rim, to make sure that the lever is on the left side. So lever left. Remember that, lever left. All right, so that's the easy way to remember that. Yes, I just made that up. So remember that lever left, and then remember the rotational arrow. So if the lever's on the left and the rotation for this tire that I have is going that way, this is how I have to install the tire. So now that I have the rotation right, I have the lever left, everything is good. So pretty much what you do is you just start to sit the tire inside the frame or the rim. Just get one bead and just start working it in, as you see me doing now. Just put it back in the rim, one side. So one side may be a little tight, and just walk it in. As you see me doing now, he's still looking, as I see.
I found it.
All right, so he's found it. So remember, lever left. And then what I'm doing now is I'm just doing, just like with putting the tire all the way on once it's worn a little bit, I'm just using my thumbs to get this tire on the rim. And what I may have to end up doing is actually getting the levers to assist me because they're brand new tires and they're stubborn, as you saw earlier. They did not want to conform to getting circular out of the folding package. All right, so that's as far as I've gotten right now, and now it's getting really stubborn. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a lever, and I'm gonna stick it underneath, stick it on the, you pretty much say the inside, and I'm gonna push this up, hold it in place, and then use the lever to get it in.
Rotation's this way, correct?
As long as the lever left. Well, it depends on which side.
Lever.
Put the
Lever
lever left, and then find the direction of
the arrow was pointing that way.
Should be pointing forward. Yep. So that's right.
That's right.
That's right. All right. So now I have, as you see now, I have the tire, the new tire, back on the rear rim. And so now what I have to do now is put the inner tube back in, and then close this up, put air in it, all is well. So, woo, as you see, I'm sweating. Oscar's probably sweating. My Whit t-shirt is sweaty. But the issue is with these new tires, of course, they're very stubborn. So it's very hard getting them back on the rims. So I actually had to change out the inner tube because it had split or got cut in the process. So I had to put on a new inner tube. But right now we're currently airing up the inner tube just to make sure that we're good to go. Yes, so right now he's got it at over 120 psi. It's upside down, but you guys can see that. And just what you do is you take it off. Nope, just take it off and just let some air out. And then, yep. So then what you can do is now that we let air out, you can test it. All right, so here we go.
Not too much out?
Yep. So just put up to 110, just right there and stop. Money, that's good. So then what I do, all is well. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this back tire out. Everything is already set up and ready to go. I'm gonna put air in at 110 PSI. And stand by for the t-shirt ride with Whit and Big O. So now my tires have been changed, and I'm so glad about it. And now it's time for the Bestie t-shirt recovery ride to go down.